Our Fever Girls group chat for a lot of things. Schedule is one of them, and knowing who we play was another one of them. So once the girls put in the group chat, like kind of where our focus needs to be. Last night it was kind of like, a sealed deal, obviously, but yeah, it's a good opportunity for us. So it'll be challenging, but I think we all 8 teams are here for a reason.
It was a team you knocked out early on in the season for your first 20 games, so you guys have changed quite a bit.
Yeah, they have too. Yeah, for sure. I think the big part about us is that because we are different, it gives us more of an edge, in my opinion. We've had like six different teams, and so they have a lot, to obviously scout as Atlanta. But for us, it's about keeping the main thing. And I think our energy, our effort, and focusing on getting the reps for who we gonna play is big for us right now.
Has become a shooter for them, 3 shoots now.
Yeah, personnel is big.
What do you make of how they've kind of changed their style and how difficult that could be to contain?
Yeah, it was kind of just the point I was trying to make. Like, you really have to lock on. I think down the stretch of where we are now in the postseason, people don't really understand when I say it, and now it matters. Tough players don't have to make tough plays. It's going to come down to personnel and know who you guarding. You guys have heard me say that all year, and it really matters now because great players are going to make great plays and go to what they know and what they are comfortable doing. And so it's our job as best as we can and make it tough for them. We're not asking for it to be perfect because, like I said, they're great for a reason. But we got to give ourselves much more of an edge by being a little bit more aggressive.
It's been 9 years since a home playoff game for the Fever. What are you expecting on Tuesday?
I'm
focused on Sunday, so I'll let you know when I get to Tuesday.
The Associated Press named you All-WNBA first team.
Oh.
What does that mean to you to kind of get that?
Very humbling. You guys kind of know who I am by now, but I don't know, it's big for where I come from as far as my legacy and the name I represent. Mitchell means a lot to me. You guys know about my dad and losing him in 2024, so it hits home a little bit more different. It's less about the accolade and more about the pain and all that stuff that I kind of had to go through to get here. So it was a big moment for me and my family personally because how much we've been through, how much I've been through. It's not to say that other people don't go through things, but it was big for our family and me personally.
When the team's as physical and tries to take away your airspace as much and as well
as
Atlanta does, what becomes key for you and your teammates?
I think the biggest confidence. And confidence is big because for every time they do try to crowd your space, you got to have confidence. You got to have the preparation. I think that we prepared. I think that we've, put ourselves in a situation to be just as aggressive and take up airspace as they will. And I think more importantly, it's about using our aggression to make plays for each other. And that's big for us because we rely on each other so well. You guys get to see it at our peak. Chemistry is big for us when we all get to play together. And so for every time they are going to be aggressive and be tight in our space, we're going to have to make the right play for each other.
You've played them 5 times, preseason included. So what have you seen throughout the year that you guys can use to an advantage on Sunday?
Oh man, they're big, they're long, they're active, and so it comes with a plus and minus. Obviously, you got to know how to make reads once you get in the paint. But I think on the flip side, transition could be big for us if we can get out. Obviously get the stop first and get out and play in transition. It gives ourselves a chance to kind of make them tired or run them out just a little bit. And I think also because they are big in space. We have to use our angles and our gaps and using mobile bigs like DD, AB to get ourselves open and kind of create lanes for ourselves.
New coach for Atlanta, they have this transformative style compared to what they have been. What stands out to you about the challenges they'll present you guys in this series?
Well, first and foremost, their size. Their size at most all positions has been a challenge for us. So we're going to have to combat that with our discipline, number one, and with our reads on the offensive end of the floor. Secondly, just the way they space the floor. They do a really good job of still doing what his teams have always done and shooting the three, but also doing it in a different way and utilizing their post touches and their dominant interior players to score or to find open shooters.
You said discipline. What specifically does it take to combat size when you are the smaller team in this series?
Activity level, number one, deny on reversals, can't allow easy passes around the perimeter. They've got to play 5 feet beyond the three-point line. Number two, ball pressure. Can't make easy passes. And number three, our positioning. We can't be caught behind their bigs. We can't be deep, more than 1 to 2 steps off a ball line and allow those easy passes out. And we've got to understand that we've got to limit the number of rhythm threes that they get and run them off the three-point line.
You're a pretty different team, obviously, since you guys last played, I think, early July. Just can you use that to an advantage, that they have to do some more scouting versus they played this team before?
I think so. I think we've got different personnel, so they can play us a little bit differently. We've scaled back, so we're running a lot of the similar things that we were running early when we played them, because it was stuff we had just started teaching. But at the same time, different players, different attack style. Certainly when you think about, O and Che and AP. I think for us, it's got to start with the defensive end of the floor, and then we've got to be smart and make the right reads and let the ball find the right shot on offense.
You won 5 of your last 7 games. What have you seen from your teams these last few games of that momentum that can bring you into the series against Atlanta?
I think more than anything, just some continuity. We brought in a lot of new pieces over the last month and a half, and I think AP was the last one, and I'm not sure how long she's been here, maybe 2 weeks. So finding more continuity, doing a better job of understanding strengths and weaknesses of each other, and putting each other in positions to be successful.
Do you notice like a heightened attention and urgency that you're wanting here going into the postseason?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the playoffs requires a different level of urgency in everything that we do. I mean, everything matters. How you approach things, and we talked about it today. I mean, it's going to take another level of discipline. It's going to take another level of focus. Starting with our prep, rotations get shorter. Your time sometimes gets shorter. Everything is heightened, and we have to be willing to rise to that occasion and meet the moment.
You touched on it. How prepared do you need to be for this? Obviously, it's a 1-1-1 series, best of 3. How prepared do you guys need to be to advance to the next round?
We've got to be extremely prepared.
What is step one when you know the opponent? Is it here's film of the dream, here's the stuff we expect to be a challenge? How do you start today?
Well, I mean, they're playing a little bit differently than they did. We played them so long ago. I mean, I felt like we played them 4 times in the first 3 weeks of the season. Their substitution pattern's different. Their starting group is different. So I think there's familiarity with personnel, and at the end of the day, oftentimes once you defend a play, it comes down to players making plays. So we have to have a high attention to detail to personnel, and we have different pieces on the floor as well. We're smaller than we were the few times we've played them, so we've got to be more disruptive. We've got to take them out of their comfort zone, and rebounding is going to be critical for us.